Alright, so breaking news. So Jimmy Butler is now officially a Miami Heat member, while Philadelphia, on the other hand, well, this was kind of like a sign and trade. So Philly eventually they received Josh Richardson from the Miami Heat, while Miami Heat got themselves Jimmy Butler. So this was a sign and trade, like I told you. And Philadelphia, on the other hand, they're pretty much in good position. While Miami Heat, they pretty much got themselves a new All Star, which I don't know how it's gonna work it out. But before we talk about how positions good or bad, let's talk about Jimmy Buckets, dude. This is his like what fourth team that he just joined in. First was the Chicago Bulls dynasty, two was Minnesota, three Philly. Now he teamed up with the Miami Heat team. Like we're talking about this Miami Heat team that Jimmy Butler used to hate back then when it was LeBron, Dwayne, and Chris Bosh. Though in the awkward moments that Jimmy Butler got an interview and he did tell reports saying that in the future he doesn't want to play with Miami Heat, he doesn't want to wear a Miami Heat uniform. And now it's kind of funny that he's now in Miami Heat. Like maybe he might have forgot or maybe he might have changed his mind, but we're talking about Jimmy Butler. This guy, he'll go to any team if you give him the max contract, big money, and that's what he did. I mean, to me, I think he doesn't like Philadelphia. That's why he already opted out. I mean, Philly was trying to give him a contract, but it turns out that he failed to like respond back, so that's why they gave it to Tobias Harris. And Harris, like, he ain't that bad though. Like, he's a really good, solid, nice player. Like, he provides scoring, offense, and he can shoot, and it's not really that bad. Like, you keep Tobias over Jimmy, but before we talk about Philly, so Jimmy Butler, we're talking about Jimmy Buckets. The guy's like one of the best perimeter players out there, best two-way players out there, best defender. We're talking about this guy, dude. He has the energy that he really wants to win so much, dude. And playing for Miami Heat with Goran Dragic, you got Whiteside, Bama W, Kelly Olynyk. Well, actually, no. Kelly Olynyk, Derek Jones Jr. went to Mavericks, where Mavericks were supposed to get Goran Dragic, but turns out the Miami Heat changed their mind by saying they want to keep Dragic and give away Olynyk and Derek Jones Jr. to Mavericks. So basically, yeah. Butler right now, I wouldn't say he's in the best position to win with his Miami team, but he is playing with a lot of good young core players such as Winslow, Bama W. We forgot about him. You got Dion Waiters, dude. You got Tyler Johnson. You got Ellington. Well, I don't know if Ellington's gonna sign with the Heat or not, but and you also got Whiteside. You got Ronnie Magruder, and you got some other white dude named Ronnie something like. Butler, like I said, he went to Miami because of money, that's for sure. And it was kind of funny that he didn't want to play with Miami, but now he's officially a Miami Heat uniform. And Philadelphia, now we're talking about Philadelphia. So Philadelphia, they're in a good position right now. Instead of didn't get Jimmy Buckets, but they did got themselves a really tough center, which is Al Horford. Where Al Horford, pretty much for an age 34, 35 guy, he can play pretty good as a big. Like the guy plays really physical, aggressive, and pain, dude. That's how you could tell he wants to win. Guy is battling really, really hard that he wants to go to the finals the first time winning it all. And he pretty much has a good chance with Philly right now. And you got Josh Richardson on the other hand. That guy's also a young potential player. That guy is also the second or first best player when Dwayne Wade retired. And don't sleep on Richardson, but Richardson is actually a really, really good player to have on offense. So I wouldn't sleep on Richardson because when you compare Richardson and Jimmy Buckets, like they both almost have the same stats around the court. So I guess you can call Jimmy, I mean, no, not Jimmy, but Josh Richardson a Jimmy Butler 2.0. But yes, there is another article why this trade works for both team Miami Heat and Philly. So Butler's now in Miami Heat uniform, and it's kind of awkward to see him on a Miami Heat uniform because that was the team that he never wanted to play with. But as I was saying, like Miami Heat, they pretty much got themselves into the position because we all know Miami. They play toughness. They play really, really hard though. They do got some lot of good young core though. That's the thing. Ever since Dwayne Wade retired, dude, of course Miami like they had to go after someone like to be replaceable for Dwayne Wade. So, but let me pause this shit and let me show you this article about how it worked between both Philly and Miami. Alright, so this is the real update. So update 1:31 a.m. So this is what Tim Kettle said. So the Mavericks had traded for Miami Heat Goran Dragic. Multi-source confirmed Dragic is the only Slovenian in the league and was roommates with Luka Doncic during the Slovenia's 2017 year basketball run. And then competing this with a record, the deal was off at some point. There was a misunderstanding with the parameters. Miami Heat was all certain all Dragic. Dallas had been saying Olynyk Jones all week up to Miami salvage, probably with another team. Jerry Wise, also of The Athletic, had previously reported a glitch between Dallas and Miami Heat as the Mavericks apparently believed they were getting Kelly Olynyk and Derek Jones Jr., while the Heat intended to keep Jones and send Goran Dragic instead due to contract match. So it's all about which was a good player to keep due to contract. So which that is an important part, like which one has a better contract, bad contract to it. Miami and Philly are determined to find a new dirt team to officially their Jimmy Butler signing trend shared its completion. League sources say after the apparent collapse of the team talks with Dallas, after arriving from Minnesota Timberwolves in November, trade that capped one of the 2018 calendar year's longest, wrong sagas, Jimmy Butler proved crucial to the Philadelphia 76ers ascension toward the top of the Eastern Conference, hitting clutch shots and keeping the offense humming while providing shutdown defense. At the 29 years old, Swingman will apparently be attempting that for an upstart rival next season, as most reports indicate that the Heat will acquire Butler and sign and trade that deals that sends Josh Richardson to the Sixers. Miami offered a 4-year maximum contract. I told you, Jimmy Butler's all about max contract to him. He even said saying that I'll go to any team that offers me a big contract. Adrian Wojnarowski first reported a deal with confirmations and additional details, quickly following from Shane Carn of The Athletic and Mark Stein of The New York Times. This is what Shams Charania said. Sources Philadelphia has signed and traded Jimmy Butler to Miami Heat, with sending Josh Richardson to the Sixers, and though it was intimately reported by local media that guards Goran Dragic was headed to the Mavericks, part of the three-team deal, Sting later updated the Dallas Hall to include Kelly Olynyk, Derrick Jones Jr., with Dragic remains a member of the Heat. Mark Stein said the Mavericks will acquire Kelly Olynyk, Derrick Jones from the Heat as part of the Jimmy Butler sign and trade, league sources say. The Mavericks are a huge fan of Goran Dragic, but could not take him back in Miami sign and trade with Philadelphia that sent Jimmy Butler to Heat because Dallas feared losing its flexibility to make additional moves this summer, league source says. Now, this is where it gets interesting about good Butler and good about Josh Richardson. So, in 55 games with 76ers, Butler averaged 18.7, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1.9 steals while shooting 46% overall and 34% from 3 range. Playing alongside Stack starting 5 in Philadelphia, particularly after the deadline, equation of Tobias Harris, Butler averaged fewer than 20 points for the first time since 2014-15, but the ball often ended up in Butler's hand during crucial moments both as entertainer and finisher, a four-time All-Star who also earned 4 All-Defense second-team nods in the 8th season. Butler wields to a two-way skill set that has been long held in high regard through his season. On intensity has occasionally led to infamous flare-ups, most notable Butler's first preseason practice appearance for the Timberwolves last season lit NBA Twitter on fire with its by minute. Can you bring more updates on scrimmage success and soul-crushing trash talk? So, on the Sixers side, Richardson broke through a multi-positional threat for the Heat last season, his fourth after being drafted in the second round. Number 40 overall in 2015, steadily improving each year. The 6'6 swingman averaged career high across the board in 2018-19, putting up 16 points, 3.6 rebounds, 4.1 steals, assists, and 1.1 steals in 4.8 minutes per game. He shot 41% overall and 35% on career high 6.3 attempts from 3-point range. So basically, they're trying to say Richardson has a better overall mid-range and better 3-point percentage than Jimmy Butler. I mean, when you look at Josh Richardson, like, he does have a really good talent side. He's younger than Butler, and don't forget that Richardson, like, he was one of the Miami Heat's best player to have. So now we're talking about Kelly Olynyk and Derrick Jones Jr., I believe. So the 20 years old Olynyk, who signs a free agent with Miami 2 summers back, averaged 10 points and 4.7 rebounds, 22.9 minutes across 79 games. 36 starts in 2018-19. Derrick Jones Jr., known for his dunking powers, was originally signed by the Heat to a two-way contract in December 2017. 60 games last season, most likely off the bench. Jones averaged 7.0 points and 4.0 rebounds and shooting 49% from the field and 90.2 per minute. So pretty much, yeah. So the Dallas Mavericks, like, they got Kelly Olynyk, they got Derrick Jones Jr. Like, don't forget that Derrick Jones Jr., like, he is still developing, he's still young. The reason why Miami picked up Jones because he's super athletic due to his, like, penetration to the rim and dunking process. But what? And yeah, so as I was saying, so Jimmy Butler, like I told you, it's kind of awkward to see Jimmy Butler on the Miami uniform because he never liked playing against Miami every playoff year. And this was like back then when LeBron was with Miami with Prime Wade and Bosh, And now you see, Jimmy Butler after 3 or 4 years with the Miami uniform. Like, this is kind of awkward, though. But I still believe that Jimmy's actually in a good position where he's playing with Miami Heat. That's still a good defense team with Justice Winslow, You got Hassan Whiteside, Ronnie Magruder. You at least get to play with Goran Dragic, dude. Like that team looking like an 8 seed, 17 playoff contender team to me. But we all know why Jimmy went to Miami. It's all about money talk, you know. And that 4 year max contract, that's a lot of money right there. So you can tell that Jimmy Butler, dude, it's not all about which team he wants to go to. Like I know Jimmy wants to win though, but Miami, let's just put it this way though, he went to Miami because of money, you know, and I don't see how Miami Heat they're gonna become a big threat in the contender finals, but I can do see Miami becoming like a good deep right team because I'm pretty sure Jimmy Butler will call out and probably give the damn attitude to his Miami Heat young team to play better and win more, you know. Let's see. Yeah, but to me, but when you see Jimmy Butler with 4 or 5 different teams, and there's a situation that maybe Jimmy has like a locker room problem with those teams, but I don't know if he would actually survive, you know, having a good relationship with Miami Heat, you know, but as I was thinking about Josh Richardson and Al Horford with the Philadelphia. We talked about how Al Horford, he brings toughness, and I really like guys who play toughness in the paint. And you also got Richardson too, like he's another young all-star potential player too. Like guy's actually really, really crazy shooter when you feels rhythm. He is a streaky shooter though, that's the thing. Guy's actually a really good penetrator. He is super athletic for a 6'6" wingman, and don't forget that they get Tobias Harris back, and that's the scariest part about Joel Embiid's getting stronger and stronger next year and every so. Ben Simmons, like I can see potential that he's gonna get up there too, but I'm telling you, Philadelphia looking like a really scary team too in the East. So, but yeah, so Miami pretty much congratulations to them. Like they got themselves a good free agency player, which is Jimmy Buckets, one of the best two-way and best perimeter defender out there yet. And Jimmy Butler's not only just known as a good defender and a good player to have your team because he wants to win all, but Jimmy Butler, dude, like he can close the games for you. Like he's really clutch. If he feels like he's on fire, dude, he'll make those clutch shots all the time, you know. So that's what's good about having Jimmy Buckets. But Jimmy Butler, like I told you, Miami, he just came out of nowhere and he just signed with a team because I thought Houston was going to be the team to get Jimmy Butler. But it turns out maybe Houston, they refused to trade half their key sets for Jimmy Butler. You know what I mean by key sets, not just your players such as Clint Capella, Tucker Gordon, maybe Rockets. They felt like they didn't want to give up those pieces yet, so that's why Houston Rockets were out of it. And the reason why Lakers probably didn't go after Jimmy, because I think Loki, honestly, the Lakers, dude, they know they're getting quiet. That's why all the backup plan ruins such as getting deloading, Kyrie, Jimmy, that didn't happen. So, but is I was saying for Jimmy Bucket. So Jimmy Bucket's probably right now he should stay with Philly in my opinion because there is a good chance that when Kawhi goes to the Lakers, still, what if he doesn't go there now? Maybe Clippers or LA, but who knows about Kawhi? But I know for sure Kawhi's going to West. So if Kawhi is going to the East or West, whatever, but let's put it this way: if he goes to LA or LA Clippers, dude, Jimmy should stay with the Philadelphia, and there's a good chance that Philadelphia will reach the finals, and they would have been like a good team to challenge against LA, and I don't see why Jimmy doesn't want to give another run with the Philadelphia, you know. But it turns out that maybe he doesn't want to play with Philly, or maybe there's not enough cap space because they already signed Tobias. That's why Jimmy was let go to a different team. But if I was Jimmy, dude, I would stay with Philly. I mean, you almost beat the defending champ, which is Toronto, but Kawhi made that lucky game winning game 7. So I don't know why Jimmy Butler's already giving up hopes on Philadelphia, you know, because Philadelphia, like Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, dude, Tobias, and Jimmy Butler do like that's a really scary door right there. I mean, it turns out maybe Jimmy doesn't like Philly, or maybe he just gave up. So maybe it's all money talk. But anyways, like I told you, so Jimmy Butler's now Miami Heat, and this will be really interesting how Miami Heat will go. And honestly, like I don't know why Jimmy went to Miami Heat. Like he should stay with Philly, cause like Philly would be like the next team that they have a chance of winning that town next year. Depends how things work out, but I mean, if he did stay with Philly though, like there would have been a good chance that he'll be playing with Al Horford, maybe Tobias and Joel Embiid again, and Ben Simmons. But turns out that he's not giving another chance. So, but that's all I can say. So Jimmy to the Miami Heat, like we'll see how it goes. I mean, he is playing with a good defense team with many young sets player, but I don't know, like you have to see.